Hello, everyone, and welcome to Global Guide, the podcast for making your life in a new country just a little bit easier. I'm your host, Lauren.
And I'm Ethan. It's great to be here. Today we're talking about something everyone has to do, but can be surprisingly confusing in a new place: grocery shopping.
That's right. Our episode today is Grocery Shopping in America, a beginner's guide for international visitors. Whether you're a student, a tourist, or new to the U.S., we're here to help you navigate the aisles like a pro.
We'll cover everything from the different types of stores to understanding prices and even what to say at checkout. So let's get started. First things first, where do you actually buy groceries?
Good question, Ethan. The U.S. has a few main types of stores. The biggest are often called supercenters or superstores. Think of places like Walmart or Target.
Right. These are huge stores where you can buy not only food, but also clothes, electronics, and household items. They are a one-stop shop for almost anything you need.
Exactly. Then you have traditional supermarkets or grocery stores like Kroger, Safeway, or Publix, depending on where you are in the country. These stores focus mainly on food.
And there's a special category called warehouse clubs or membership stores. The most famous are Costco and Sam's Club.
For these, you have to pay a yearly fee to become a member and shop there. The big advantage is that you can buy things in bulk, meaning in very large quantities, which can save you money if you have a big family or space to store it all.
So once you've picked your store, you arrive and need something to put your groceries in. You'll be looking for a shopping cart, or what some people call a trolley.
Usually, they are right at the entrance. At some stores, you might need to insert a 25-cent coin, a quarter, to unlock one. Don't worry, you get the coin back when you return the cart. If you're just buying a few things, you can grab a smaller hand basket.
Okay, cart in hand, you walk in. Now you have to find everything. American grocery stores are organized into sections or departments. Let's cover the main ones.
First up is usually the produce section. This is where you'll find all the fresh fruits and vegetables. You pick what you want and put it in a small plastic bag. Some items, like apples or potatoes, are sold by weight. You'll see a price that says, for example, 99 cents per pound.
Yeah, and a pound is about 450 grams. You usually don't have to weigh it yourself. They do it for you at the checkout counter.
Right. Then you have the meat and poultry section for things like beef and chicken. Sometimes there's a deli counter where you can buy sliced meats and cheeses. You just tell the person what you want. You can say, "Can I have half a pound of turkey, please?"
Next is dairy, where you find milk, yogurt, eggs, and butter. And then you have the long aisles. These are the rows of shelves with all the dry goods, things that don't need to be kept cold, like pasta, rice, canned soups, and snacks.
Don't forget the frozen foods section for ice cream and frozen vegetables.
Of course. Okay, so you've got your food. Now let's talk about the price. This is a very common point of confusion for visitors.
It really is. Here's the most important thing to know. The price you see on the shelf is not the final price you will pay.
That's the big one. Why is that, Lauren?
Because of sales tax. In the U.S., a tax is added to your total bill at the very end at the cash register. This tax is different in every state and sometimes even every city. So if your groceries add up to $50, your final bill might be something like $53 or $54.
Right, but you can also save money with discounts. Look for signs that say on sale or special. A common one is BOGO, which means buy one, get one free.
And that brings us to another way to save money: loyalty cards and coupons. Ethan, you want to explain these.
Absolutely. Many stores have a free loyalty program. You sign up with your name and phone number, and they give you a small plastic card, or you can use a digital version on your phone.
A rewards card.
Exactly. When you show this card at checkout, you get special member prices on certain items, and coupons are like small advertisements that give you a discount on a specific product, like 50 cents off a box of cereal. You can find them in newspapers or load them digitally to your loyalty card through the store's app.
So your cart is full, you have your coupons, and you're ready to pay. This is the checkout. You'll go to the front of the store and see several lanes. You have two main choices, a lane with a cashier, who is a person, or the self-checkout.
Let's talk about the cashier first. You'll put your items on the moving black belt. The cashier will greet you, probably with a simple, "Hello, how are you?" A simple, "Good, thanks," is a perfect reply. They might also ask, "Did you find everything okay?"
Or if you have a loyalty card, they'll ask, "Do you have a rewards card?" You just give them your card or phone number. Now, what about self-checkout, Ethan? It can be a bit scary the first time.
It can, but it's pretty simple. You find an open station and you scan each item's barcode. That's the little box of black lines under the red laser. After an item beeps, you place it in a bag on the scale. The machine needs to feel the weight of the item to know you're not stealing.
Ah, yes, the famous computer voice saying, "Unexpected item in the bagging area." If that happens, just wait. An employee will come over to help you out.
Yeah, don't panic. Now, let's talk about bagging.
This is another thing that's different from many countries. In America, you will usually be given plastic bags for free, but more and more people are bringing their own reusable bags to help the environment. Some states even charge a small fee, like 10 cents for each plastic bag.
The cashier might ask, "Will you need bags today?" You can say, "Yes, please." Or if you brought your own, you can say, "No thanks, I have my own."
Finally, payment. Most people use a credit card or a debit card. You'll either insert the card's chip into the machine or tap to pay if it has the wireless symbol.
And mobile payments like Apple Pay or Google Pay are also very common. Using cash is fine too, but cards are definitely more typical these days.
Okay, so let's quickly cover some common mistakes and etiquette. The first mistake we already mentioned, forgetting about sales tax and not having enough money.
A second one is trying to bargain or haggle over the price. In American grocery stores, the price on the tag is final. It's not a market where you negotiate.
Good point. As for etiquette, just be patient in line and be aware of your cart. Try not to block the whole aisle. If you need to pass someone, a simple "excuse me" is perfect.
And my biggest tip for saving money and reducing stress, make a shopping list. And check the store's weekly ad online before you go to see what's on sale.
That is great advice. I think that covers most of the basics. The most important thing is not to be afraid to ask for help. Store employees are there to assist you.
Totally. If you can't find something, just go up to an employee and say, "Excuse me, could you tell me where the bread is?" They'll be happy to point you in the right direction.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. We hope this guide helps make your next grocery trip in the U.S. smooth and successful.
Thanks for tuning in to Global Guide. Join us next time for more tips on navigating life in a new country. Happy shopping, everyone!